Hello Virgo, this is a timeless reading for you. I'm using my own tarot cards, my black and white duality tarot. And the first thing that came into my mind when I pulled the cards is something that is only for very few of you. There's something about maybe you are waiting for a baby to be born. If you're a woman, it might be your own. If you're a man, it might be your wife's or your partner's baby. I feel like there's something about, I don't know the English expression, but there's probably like a proper medical term, but I don't know it in English. So I'm just gonna put it like this, like when the baby is just, not coming after 9 months, but when it's like delayed, when it comes late. There's something about that. Another thing I was getting, that someone could be waiting for some news regarding a health situation. It could be, so don't worry if you're not in that situation. This is not a prediction. This is for someone who's already in that situation. And it is not your health situation, or it could be for a few of you that you are waiting for some results. But mostly I feel like there is someone who is waiting for another person to get out of a hospital, or waiting for a surgery to be finished. This could be a relative of yours. You're waiting for some good news and you don't know how long it will take. For others of you, I'm getting like, if you're a parent, oh my God, why I'm getting a lot of things from this reading. There is something about some kind of desperately trying to teach your children something, trying to warn them about something, but they won't listen to you. So you have no other choice but to wait for the outcome, to let them, like there is some kind of resignation. So it seems like you accepted the fact that they won't listen. Now you let them make their own experience. And you just wait for this phase to be over. Give me some seconds to see if I'm getting something else. Some readings are like that, like they split up into several parts and I'm getting so many different stories at once. I'm also getting something about that someone made a kind of mistake. Not a huge mistake, not something like really that's really terrible, but it could just be, it could feel terrible to you. Like let's say you're still going to school or you're a student and you took a test or an exam and you're aware that you answered something wrong, and this could be like a setback for you because it makes you not achieve or receive a certain grade or mark. I don't know how you call this in English, like you don't get to a certain, to the exact amount of correct answers that you need to pass the test. And you might have realized that after taking the test, because sometimes when we're excited or anxious during a test, we answer something wrong, even though we knew the right answer, but we just got confused in our excitement. And you might be waiting for those test results and blaming yourself a little bit. But let me just show you the cards. Out of these two cards, I was getting all these different stories. Irresponsibility and wait. And then we have the third card here that says day. And this day card is mostly, it appears as a very positive card. And it, for all of the different stories I was mentioning, I feel like there is some clarity, some light coming into the situation, some relief. And some, you know, the waiting card, it also is a kind of stagnation. It's not exactly a stagnation. It's just a phase where you have to wait, but it could be that this phase will soon be over and the result might not be as horrible as you expected it. It might actually be even good. But whatever, you know, I see some resolution. I see this and I feel this kind of heaviness being taken out of this situation. Then when we move into this second row here, it could even be that this reading splits into a second topic, which is not always the case, but here I mean, we have the, below the wait card, we have the stay card. And actually it would make sense if this is still regarding the first topic. But I mean, look at those two cards. They have a completely different expression. This one looks anxious, a bit unhappy and worried. And this card here, the stay card, they don't look like they are waiting for something. They are just in their moment. They are happy. They are fulfilled. They have lived a fulfilled life. They're enjoying the rest of their life. The sun is shining. Like they have nothing to do. They are not worrying about anything. Like this snail here. So it could just be, you know, that after this result comes, or, you know, there's light that is being shown upon this situation, you might quickly shift from the wait mood into the stay mood, where you just feel like you're in the right place and there's nothing to wait for, because you just feel this inner fulfillment. And we have reality and vacillation. With the reality card, it could be that there's some kind of teaching for you in this, you know, some kind of spiritual lesson that is in this situation that you will receive after going through it, or while going through it. And I also feel for some of you this means, like, you know, let's just say her sunglasses have a dark color, which sunglasses usually have. Let's say they are black, and maybe she has seen everything in a darker shade than reality actually is, so that this worrying came from a certain kind of conditioning. Let's take the sunglasses as a metaphor for conditioning. And as soon as she lowers the sunglasses and looks above them, she's seeing everything a little bit brighter. And we have a lot of suns in here. There's a sun here, there's a sun here, and there is a sun here. So it's both. It is some kind of teaching, maybe about waiting, about worrying, and yet, you know, it is just a very happy card that makes you see the sun a little bit better. With the vacillation card, it feels like maybe after you have been through this kind of situation, you know, vacillation is not always a positive thing. Sometimes this is also quite, it's not a brutally negative situation, but it's sometimes uncomfortable if you can't make up your mind. But I'm seeing it in a positive way, and I also drew this card in a positive way because, you know, fun 2, fun 3, like maybe you will be so relieved after this resolution happened that you might want to set your next goal, and then you will have so many paths in front of you, and they might all look so good that you just can't make up your mind. what you want to try first, because I'm not getting a negative vibe from this second spread here at all. Also, it could mean that, after you took those dark glasses off, you will suddenly see all these possibilities or opportunities in front of you. Or you might just, because when we're in that state, sometimes we have no nerve, especially if we're waiting for something that is very worrying to us, or if someone, someone's health could be at risk and we are worried about that person, that we have no nerve to make some plans for our future, because we first, maybe also your future is related to this situation, depends on this person, so you don't really know what to plan next, and you're just not in the mood to plan everything. But as soon as it's solved and you can see clearly again, you might just be in that situation like, okay, now this problem is solved, let me think what I want to do next, or if I want to do anything at all. Maybe you just need to rest, but that is up to you. At the bottom of the deck we have disillusionment, and it's just, similar to the reality card. And I feel like this is even a step further, like she is taking down her glasses, starting to see reality, while she has her eyes open, and this third eye is open, and this bubble above her head, all her thought patterns, like it's being stitched with a needle and it's exploding, and it has just so much openness and realization and enlightenment in it. So it could be a very freeing experience that you might have soon. So now it's gonna get a little bit loud. I'm gonna pull some letters and numbers for you. Oh, and we have I, H, K, Q, 6 or 9, 7, another 7, and E. Let me try. By the way, I am German, so... Oh, is that an L? It's not a 7. This is a 7, a 6 and a 7. We only have 2 numbers and several letters. In the previous reading, the letters were so weird that I couldn't form any English words. But now I'm seeing a lot. EQ, something, maybe you have a realization about the emotional... my God, was it the English word? You know what I mean, about someone's EQ or your own. Then what did I saw next? Lie would be very suitable for this reading, because, seeing reality, having a disillusionment, like revealing a kind of lie. Also, you might catch someone in a lie, someone being irresponsible. Then we have I don't know. Hike. H-I-K-E. So maybe someone wants to go hiking. Oh, that's a suggestion for some of you. Oh my God, why is this so hard? Sorry. Maybe you are seeing a word already that I'm not seeing, especially if it's a different. I'm quite used to speaking English, but it's still not my native language, so sometimes I get a little bit stuck. Oh, I want another word. I bet there is some word. So we had EQ, lie, and hike. No, I don't see anything else. Oh, like. Okay, what could that mean? Like? Maybe you're trying to figure out something about your likes and dislikes. Is there some kind of name maybe in it? An English name. Ike. I don't know if that's a name. I think there's Tina and Ike. Is that Ike? Oh my god, I'm sorry. I don't know. With the Q, it's in general hard. I mean, German words are a little bit easier with Q. I don't know. So maybe you are seeing something that I am not seeing. So I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you for watching.